Hello, everybody. Welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And let's try to keep it short for today. We got some stuff here from GPU stuff from 47 Ti. This Max Sun, which is like a Chinese AIB, I think, if not mistaken. Now they're launching 47 Ti with 5 fans because it's better than 3, supposedly. The design is not that bad. It doesn't seem that bad, but I don't know how 5 fans will make more noise or not, because usually 3 fans should be enough. I don't know. I think the other 2 fans are here. I cannot understand very well the design of this GPU in terms of the fan stuff. I suppose they are here for what it seems from the image here, which usually is smaller fans to have some kind of to be efficient per se. They have to spin more quickly, and usually more vibration comes into the thing, and of course more vibration will give you more noise. I don't know how silent this will be. uh, I don't know. I think it's more for the Chinese market, but yeah, 47 Ti seems to have been a lot of new changes, more AIB starting, because it's the most, at least at the moment, more cheapest new generation NVIDIA cards. The GPU is excellent for 1440p. It can handle great on 4K, but it's the price. We are still with the same issue since the launch, or even from the previous generation, which is pricing. Still, again, 30 series never managed to get below MSRP since launch. It's been like 2 years and a half, which is crazy to think about it. If you think about it a little bit, it's a product with almost 3 years didn't go below MSRP, and I've been trying to catch up with prices, and even in my market, it's completely insane. To a certain extent, AMD is still more expensive than Nvidia in my market, the Middle Eastern market, and the Nvidia cards are very expensive. They are all above MSRP. Sometimes even the 30 series are even more expensive than the 40 series, which is mind-boggling. But yeah, continue with the 47 Ti GPU. We got a new refresh from Gigabyte, the Wind 4 series, which supposedly is like the more budget one from Gigabyte, because they usually bring I think it's the Aero and Aero's model, or whatever it is. It's like top notch thing. Supposedly this one will bring a price a little bit down, and you got a small overclock here, 0.6%, which is like 50 megahertz, which is nothing. But yeah, at least supposedly it's going to be cheaper, or a little bit. Let's see if it at least puts itself on the MSRP, which is completely insane. It's $800, which is again reinforced. This GPU should be launched at around, I don't know, 650, give or take, dollars, and should be at this moment should be around 600, and still it's still a little bit expensive for what it is. We will see, because there is rumors that the 47 Ti version it's trying to launch at 750, which is even more stupid than it seems. But yeah, we will see how it goes. I think they are trying to probe the market, Nvidia, with this $750 for the 47 Ti 47 non-Ti, sorry. $750 is completely bonkers. I really don't know what they're trying to achieve here with this kind of pricing on their new products. I suppose they still have a lot of stuff in their stock. I don't know what kind of shenanigans they're trying to do. I just hope that AMD cards at least continue to lower their prices a little by little to try to gain some market share, so they put a little bit more pressure on Nvidia. Yeah, it's mainly my main thoughts on this kind of thing. The GPU market is still insane. The 30 series on Nvidia, if you can catch like a 3080, especially at 12 gigabytes, it's good enough to play 4K 60 FPS in most games with at least around high-end graphic settings. If you find it in a good deal, I think around of $500 something. I think it's a good deal, a new one. And used market, I don't advise, because the 30 series had been from this time, can be like from a server farm, from the mining stuff. So unless you trust the person, or you know the person and he knows what kind of usage the GPU had, because there have been a lot of shenanigans in Brazilian market from trying to paint over in some even like older GPUs trying to paint the memory stuff with Samsung instead of the other brand. I forget the name. A lot of shenanigans happening. It was a very localized situation on Germany, where the Chris Fix guy just got a lot of like almost 50 cards, and most of them were like with a chip completely shattered. Then we kind of discovered it was secondhand market, and the person who was selling had like a mining farm. Then he just tried to clean the thing, but he didn't clean properly, and then you head up the storage conditions, a lot of humidity inside the between the chip and the cooler and everything. And then when people start pumping up the GPU to play games, the thing just shattered the chips because of the humidity. So creates like steam, the pressure, and everything. It's been a little bit of a mess, but we hope this, at least by the summer, we have a more stabilized GPU market. Now we're going for games, which usually good news, except for Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. They delayed the game. There is no announced new date. You cannot expect that with a live service like this, people thinking that we have like a single player game and everything, but all the footage we saw, it's pointing out to be a live service game, which is horrendous. I don't think Rocksteady wanted to go this way, but they got bosses and higher ups. They see only profit. They don't care about gamers to a certain extent, so they just want to bring out a product to bring money. That's it. People don't think in long term, they just think in quarterly terms. And you have examples. So you have long standing games. GTA 5 is not the best example, because they have the live thing with the shark cards or whatever it is. It's just a sucking money pit there. But you have, like, for example, The Witcher 3. You got even like Skyrim. It's one of the best selling games. It's a single player game, and people just continue to buy because they have good support, especially on PC. They have the mod scene, and that it will continue bring a lot of money. And if you think about it, for example, Skyrim is at least 11-year game. The Witcher 3, it's like 8 or 9-year game, and all these bigger games that usually put some mod support. Even, for example, XCOM 2, if you like this kind of game, XCOM 2 is excellent because the mod integration there, it overhauls completely the game if you want to. I think this kind of live service, it can be good if it is like a very well in terms of mechanic wise, but when they focus on you, if you want to unlock, for example, even Need for Speed Unbound, they just launch new content. Supposedly, of course, it's a racing game. You have your career mode, which is single player, but then you can go multiplayer. And even on the single player, they just put, if you want to unlock the 5, if you want to unlock map markers, instead of exploring, you have to pay $5 for that. It's completely insane how they're trying to squeeze money out of people. And the game's already expensive. They are now putting the $70 like price point on any game, except for indies, of course. But it's completely insane what they're trying to do. So I don't think this game is going to get good. Even with the delays and everything, they can justify with polishes and everything and fine-tune some mechanics and whatever they want to tell. This game is not going to be good. From what I've been saying, I don't think so. I hope so, but I don't think so. In other news, we got the Other Worlds, the Spacer's Choice edition, which has been a mess on the launch. It was not Obsidian that made this kind of upgrade version. It was another company. They even apologized it, and supposedly there is an update to address those performance issues and some crashes and more stuff. There is like here all the things that they addressed in this update. We hopefully it's at least playable, because a lot of people just went through the older version. It's more fluid. You have to, for this new version, you have to downgrade the graphics cards, the graphics settings, sorry, and sometimes even the resolution, or trying to use DLSS techniques to have a playable frame rate. And that just overthrows all the purpose of this new edition, which is like an enhanced graphic edition, basically compiled with all the DLC stuff. But yeah, I hope now it's a little bit better. I'm very interested in playing this game because I like the kind of satire they went through. But it's funny how things can blow back, because a satire, you just pay whatever the corporations tell you to pay, even though it's a shitty thing to product that you are paying for. But yeah, sometimes karma is a bitch. In other news, excellent news. I told you that Resident Evil 4 was making to be an excellent remake. We have at least 8.5 out of 10s and above. A lot of people calling masterpieces, which for sure is not. It's very rare, but people like to give 10 out of 10s because it's fashionable to do so. But it's a very excellent remake. The improvements they made on the gameplay, like the parrying knife stuff, the fact that the quick time events basically are not here. They change a little bit on like the missions thing, like the collectibles, how they do it. They did it differently. There is like the Krauser mission. I know I played this game when it came out. I don't remember a lot of stuff. I only remember the beginning of the village is the main thing that I remember from the game. But there is like the Kaiser mission, where it was like a quick time event. Now it's like you have to play it, so you use the parry system and then try to counterattack and everything, which has been very good. I advise you to watch the Fextra Life review or read the article here. As always, I will leave links in the description below. I like very much supporting this kind of more independent like covering sites. Fextra Life is one of them. They cover usually more RPGs and this kind of stuff. And they are very good at it. They have wikis, they have articles, they have news, they have everything. They do reviews. They're and they usually sometimes do some giveaways. I like very much what they do here. They've been doing it for a few years now, and it's always good to support them, at least with a view or something like that. And yeah, in Resident Evil 4, it's a very, very good game. All the reviews say just buy it and you will not regret it. We got some new kind of gameplay trailer. There is not much of a gameplay trailer, but you can get a kind of an idea what it sounds like, the game. Atlas Fallen, it's from the Deck 13 guys, the ones that did the Surge, and I think the Lords of the Fallen, the first one. I think it's the same studio. It seems okay. I think it's more action-y, the combat here. Supposedly it's an action RPG. There is some interesting stuff here. We will see about the story. I think it's what it can be more interesting here, because it's like a sand, almost like a Dune style kind of environment here. It revolves a lot of the sand, the powers, the beasts, the monsters and everything. We will see how it goes. There is not a lot of information, even though it's coming in May 16. I just hope we can see like a more extended gameplay thing, so you can have a better idea what kind of this game is going to be, like the gameplay mechanics, like the powers, the story, how the mission can be kind of structured, so you have a little bit of idea. I don't know. I'm hopefully optimistic regarding this one. But yeah, for today the news is it. Now we are going to continue with Spring Sale. There is hundreds of games that are worth buying. I have a lot of good deals here on my wish list. Yesterday I put a bunch of them, and I'm going to put more games, like a handful at least of games that are discounted that I think they are worth going for, like for the Witcher Wild Hunt or Sekiro or something like that. I will choose a few of them, and all of them will be good for sure. If you enjoy the style of games that the games are, for sure you will not regret it. And I'm going to wrap up for today with my Go Get Funding campaign here, so I can upgrade my PC to deliver better and more content for my private clients, and start doing some video stuff for them also. And of course, my free spare time, doing the daily videos that I do some scripted content in some subjects that I like to do some deep dives and experimented on it, and of course doing my gameplay series, and of course live streams when it is suitable for me to do so. And with all that said, guys, I will hope you have a wonderful day, excellent weekend, and I will see you in the next one. So until then, Kunamy Master out.